sessions, in my own life, in the people I work with. It's people feeling like their intuition is off or blocked or just not there. And I really want to talk about it because you deserve to understand your intuition. And most of the time, your intuition isn't gone, it's just being overridden. What even is intuition? Intuition is that deep inner knowing the truth. It is understanding what other people are putting down. It's understanding the energy within you and also around you. I myself have gone through times, especially at the beginning of doing this for a career, of not feeling like I'm really picking up on what spirit is sending me. Sometimes I'll feel staticky or like I'm putting something out there and I'm not getting anything back. It's not that intuition is gone. Again, it's just that my brain was overriding it. There's several reasons why this could be happening. First, your nervous system. When your body is activated, your mind gets loud, and that loudness can feel like intuition, but it's not. It's your system trying to protect you. Think about fears and worries within your relationships. When you're sitting by yourself, what kind of thoughts are racing through your brain? What emotions are moving through your body? Are we afraid? Are we worried? Are we angry? Your system's trying to protect you. It is going to come up with the craziest scenarios so that you feel safe. But here's the thing about intuition, it doesn't get louder when you're regulated. Your fear does. And that is where people get confused because it feels like something is coming through, but it's actually just noise. I have received tragic information. I can tell you from experience, even though it's the worst possible scenario of a way something can go, when it has come through as my intuition, it is calm, it is steady, it is not chaotic. I've had a lot of experiences in my life, a lot of traumas in my life that really put my nervous system out of regulation. I deal with depression, I deal with ADHD. These are all things that can knock regulation out of orbit. And you can connect while you're dysregulated for sure. It's just harder because you have to sift through what's real, what's not real, and your brain tends to yell at you over all of this. There are some things that you can do to help regulate your nervous system. One of the main things is grounding before you're trying to connect, before you're trying to listen to yourself. If you take an extra minute, 2 minutes, and you focus on your breath and you quiet your mind and you relax your nervous system, it sets your body up in a way where you can actually receive and understand the information that is coming in for you. If you are not regulated, not only is this messing up what intuition is coming in, but it's really even hard to see what is intuition and what is not intuition. When I first started doing marketplaces, you would see me barefoot anywhere and everywhere. This was my attempt at grounding. This was my attempt at regulating. Now I have implemented things that I always thought were a little too woo woo. I did not want to be one of those people that, I don't know, White Lotus-y kind of person. For some reason, I judge that, probably because of what society taught me about things. But I have learned that these healing modalities actually do work. EFT tapping is one of my favorite ones, and it really does help regulate the nervous system. Sound baths, they help to regulate the nervous system. Anything that gives you the space to slow down, to spend time with yourself, to separate yourself from the busyness and the craziness of this world around us, will help to regulate your nervous system. And if you do it as a practice, because we're not perfect, everything is a practice. If we do it as a practice, then we start to learn how to regulate our nervous systems even more and even further. I feel like that could be its own podcast, regulating your nervous system, which is why it is a block in my in bloom, because I just think it's really important. The second piece is that intuition is usually a lot quieter than people expect. So, number one thing, if you feel like your intuition is not coming through, take a second, look at your nervous system. Are you regulated? Second thing, intuition is calm. It does not rush you, it does not feel chaotic. Even when you're getting the worst news, I promise you, it will not rush you. You will not feel chaotic. It is cool, calm, collected. Most people are not disconnected from their intuition. They are actually just trained to listen to urgency instead of truth. So if you're feeling intense, overwhelming urgency, that is not your intuition. That's something else going on. Intuition is calm, cool, collected. Think flow state. You're in flow state. The third piece, and honestly, this is the biggest one. I feel like, if not the hardest. And no, I don't want to pinpoint you into that being the hardest thing, but this is a really big one, is that you don't trust what you're already getting. What? What? I have plenty of clients that will tell me, oh, I'm just not understanding my intuition. I'm not getting any information. I don't get it. I'm not getting it. They're not telling me anything. And then I'll say, well, what did you feel whenever you were looking at this person? Well, my elbow started to hurt. Okay, that's your intuition. Why do you think your elbow's hurting? Well, it turns out that she has tendonitis. So when I looked at her, I could feel that in my body. Boom, intuition. Or they'll say, Kate, I just am not hearing them speak to me. I'm not receiving my information. And then I'll say to you, what is one thing that you should do today? Well, what I should do is sit down, write out my thoughts, yada, yada, and then they'll lay out exactly what their intuition has been telling them. They're just not trusting themselves. Imposter syndrome is so real. It's so real. And also, your mind want something that is more obvious and bigger. But in reality, your intuition is something that is ingrained into you. You were born intuitive. You were born open. You were born able to connect. It is your authentic self to be able to connect to intuition. It's always there. So, no, it's not going to be this big shooting star moment, because a shooting star moment implies that it's a once in a lifetime, it's every so often kind of thing. And that's simply not true. Your intuition is always there. It's not that you're not intuitive, it's that you don't trust what is already coming through. And you have to trust yourself. When I started working with my mentor, so back in 2000, oh man, when did this happen? 2019 is when I finally trusted myself and I stopped having imposter syndrome. It only took me, what, 20, 30 years of my life to stop doing that. I got a mentor. And one of the first exercises that we did is she said, okay, I'm going to draw something. I want you to try to tap into your abilities and see what it is that I'm drawing. Trust yourself, observe the thoughts that are coming through, say whatever it is that comes to mind, and you let me know. So I sat there and I tapped in and I grounded myself and I listened and I observed. And what I saw was this vision or daydream of me bending down into the grass, scooping something smaller up into my hands. I could feel the grass. I couldn't really see what was in my hands, but it was soft. And I kept seeing carrots. And so, in my mind, when I was doing this exercise with my mentor, it didn't make sense to me. I'm not picking up on your animal. I'm only seeing the grass and I see that it's small, and that there's carrots. And she said to me, well, Kate, I'm drawing a bunny. So you're picking up on the attributes of what this bunny is. They're explaining it. It's like Pictionary. They're explaining it to you. I wouldn't have thought that I was getting it correctly, because in that moment, I wasn't just seeing a straight up bunny rabbit. I was seeing the clues that are around the bunny rabbit. My mind was looking for something obvious when in reality, it was the subtleness that was coming through. This is how your intuition works, especially when you are just starting to pay attention to it. You're going to get the outer pictures before really getting in that center clear photo. And this doesn't just carry into intuition and psychic readings, this also carries into mediumship, into your day to day life. When I'm doing work with Night Owl, one of the things that Stephen does really well is keep the environment calm and regulated. I'm so glad he does that, because I really can get nervous. I can get anxious. There is a perfectionist inside of me that doesn't want to be wrong when they're picking up information, that wants to get everything right, pick up on every single person there, every single detail there. I mean, it's a lot of pressure that I put on myself. So it's nice to have Stephen come in as an anchor and a reminder to say, hey, Don't force anything. I don't want you to feel pressured. Just listen, tell me what you're picking up on, and we will go from there. And it's the same thing my mentor did. And I'm so glad, because when I get anxious, it's easy to get carried away and overwhelmed by things. It makes the information confusing. If you listen to the last Night Owl episode where we investigated moonshine, you will hear a spirit that comes through for each one of us that is a trickster. He lies a lot. And if we were not regulated, it would have been so easy to get sucked into that lie and believe what was coming through and allow it to spiral. We have so many things working against us when it comes to connecting to our intuition. And I think that is like a power dynamic type of issue. They don't want us to be powerful. So they don't want us to think for ourselves. They don't want us to tap into our intuition. And they don't want us to tap into energies or understand energy that is around us. So they fear monger, they shame you. I don't know, they just strip you of your confidence when it comes to connecting. And because we have all of these things pushed upon us, it's really easy to mistake your grandmother, for example, for an evil energy because you let your fears get a hold of you and you don't really trust what it is that is coming through. Oh, a great example of this. We had a client. She had just become aware of her abilities, and her mother too. Her mom was shopping at a grocery store. She kept hearing bananas, bananas, bananas on sale, bananas on sale. And she was so freaked out. She thought spirit was talking to her. She felt like the energy was chaotic. I mean, it really scared her to hear these things. It turns out that it was a recording of a sale that was going on. See what I mean? We have to regulate our nervous system so that we can clearly understand what it is that is coming through. It's not just in paranormal work, it's in your intuition, it's in your day-to-day life, it's even in Reiki, it's your energy in your body. I see this all the time in Reiki sessions. People will have energy stored in different parts of their body, in their chest, emotion, grief, overwhelm, in their stomach, anxiety, control, fear, in their shoulders, pressure, responsibility. Their body is already telling the truth, but their mind is trying to override it or explain it away. Your intuition often shows up the same way through your body first. So, if your intuition has been feeling off, come back to your body, sit with your body, ask yourself, where do I feel this? Where am I feeling this in my body? You're not looking for the story, you're not spiraling. You just want to observe the sensation. Then notice, okay, does this feel like a contraction? Does this feel like an expansion? Because your body already knows. it's important foundational work to me. Regulating your nervous system, understanding that intuition is subtle, that it's in the everyday things that we tend to look over, and that confidence in yourself, in what you already know. This is the key to everything. This is the key to spiritualism. This is the key to power. This is the key to authority over your life, to your relationships. If we can just come into ourselves, we will understand so much more that is outside of us. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. This is something I'm going to be talking about a lot more. I really do think it's the foundation of everything that I teach. And the more you start to notice, the clearer everything gets. If you want to go deeper, I talk about this more inside my Patreon, and you can book a session with me. But for now, just start paying attention because it's already there. I'll see you next time. Love you. Goodbye.